G'day guys, and today I want to talk about Andrew Lang. Now I won't be discussing his 2020 chances or his platform, his main point of universal basic income, which everyone seems to be talking about. What I do want to talk about is this very interesting shilling campaign that has been cropped up by his supporters. Whether these supporters are being paid for him or just doing it out of the goodness of their own intentions remains to be seen. But I do want to stress that this shilling campaign is absolutely inorganic. You simply do not have this much content, this much memery being created in such a short amount of time in an organic fashion. Now there certainly will be organic growth from this. People pick up on the memes and they'll make their own and repost because they think it's funny, or they're totally blackpilled and just go on with it to accelerate the downfall of the United States. But I'll get into that in a little bit. What I want to mention is that since the 2016 election, I think political entities have begun to realise the importance of memes. Down here in Australia, we have Clive Palmer, and, well, probably not he, but his staff tends to put out very funny memes on his Facebook page. If we think back to 2016 election, Poll, the 4chan board, made headline news a couple of times during the 2016 election, and obviously Donald Trump. Memes about Donald Trump were very instrumental in spreading his message, not necessarily his arguments, but getting his face everywhere. Memes were very important in that manner. And what has occurred is that some people have credited, in part, Poll with Donald Trump's victory. It's tricky to say, how much they may have played, but again, if you consider the fact that his face was shoved almost everywhere, every day, thanks in part to Donald Trump's own style. He's very bombastic and will say, crazy shit to get in the news. But, people spreading Donald Trump's face around everywhere and his ideas and things like that certainly would have helped to get him in the office. Now, something interesting that we did see is I believe the Clinton campaign hired a bunch of people to essentially make memes for her, and apparently she's not the only person to do that. Obviously people want to take advantage of this strategy of basically rapidly disseminating memes. Now a meme is just a rapidly disseminating idea, it just spreads very quickly, and this is very useful in politics, as we're seeing with Clive Palmer and Trump and etc, etc. So we fast forward to now, to 2019, and what exactly do we have? Well, what we have is that Yang memes have been rapidly shitposted onto Poll. Now this is very interesting. Why would you go to Poll instead of somewhere like Facebook? Well, the thing about 4chan is it's an anonymous posting board. So, for example, the person you were having a massive argument with the other day could actually be your best friend in another thread and that sort of thing. It's harder to trace who's who. This, of course, makes it very easy to shitpost and raid. And what we're seeing is Yang memes, like the ones you're seeing on screen now, will be put up on 4chan and people will go, hey, Yang's an idiot, why would I ever vote for him? And this is a very cookie cutter format response where you'll just call people MAGA-peds and boomers and sheep and, why are you still favouring Trump, he's sold out and all that stuff. And what they appear to be doing, at least to me, is to drive a wedge in the MAGA bloc, in the MAGA voting population. They're essentially trying to blackpill people and saying, hey, look, Donald Trump is not delivering on what he promised, he's just another shill politician. The system's going to collapse, but look, he can get $1,000 at the same time. Now, exactly how many people have fallen for this shilling campaign is tricky to say. Again, Poll being an anonymous posting forum, it's basically impossible to tell. But if we jump on Facebook, we can see one page with 8,000 likes and another closed group with about 1,500 members. Now, the disposition of this group, how many there are just for the memes because they think it's kind of funny or even ridiculous and they just shill to, trigger people and just get attention and that sort of thing, and how many are the blackpill accelerationist type would require a bit more of a review. Maybe you could post a poll there or something. This particular point in the meme war hasn't been all take and no give per se. As you're seeing on screen right now, there are many anti-Yang memes talking about, basically how stupid he is, and another interesting thing is associating him with white nationalism. Now this is very interesting because basically Yang is a Democratic candidate, and if he's shown to be favourable towards white nationalism, then obviously that's going to alienate him from the left, his prime voting bloc. So even though he himself has come out and basically said, I disavow this, that and the other, that won't seem to matter to some people because in memetic warfare you can spread information very quickly, and if you have the photo like the rooftop Koreans, people know what that image is, etc, and they begin to associate Yang with basically shooting black people, well, you've just ruled out most of the left-leaning voting population. If we take this further, looking at the images right now, we can look at Yang's comment on white people, and this is a big problem for some people. Some people are so racist against white people in the States that they will simply not vote for someone based on the colour of their skin. This is going to be a big problem for Sanders and Joe Biden, just as an aside. But if we have a look at his comments, well, he seems to be at least slightly favourable towards white people, acknowledging that they seem to have this double standard in society where their suffering doesn't matter. Make no mistake, this will alienate him from the progressive vote. Some really crazy out there people are so partisan against white people that they never want to hear anyone at any time say anything nice about white people at all. And if you're a left-wing politician in the United States or an aspiring politician, this is a minefield that you have to navigate. What this gives the MAGA voters, however, is a potent weapon to strike back against the Yang gang in the meme war, which is a sentence I never thought I was going to have to say out loud. I would not easily dismiss the potent power of simply showing that Yang acknowledges issues relating to white people. This will alienate many left-wing partisans. So that's about all I have to say on that. I will remark that the issues that Yang, or at least his meme promoting, has promulgated, namely universal basic income and the result of accelerationism, is something that deserves videos in their own right, something that I will work on in the future. But I did want to focus this video and draw attention to the inorganic shilling attempt that is being promulgated by his fans. Perhaps they're being bankrolled by him, or even perhaps Yang is being sort of used as a test dummy, and another group is bankrolling the Yang gang meme promulgators as a sort of test to see if Trump supporters can be disrupted at their own game, essentially. Can memes, break apart the MAGA train, essentially? That would be very interesting if that was ever revealed, because if it works, and it kind of does look like it is working, you got 8,000 likes on one page, 1,500 people in that group, and if it does blackpill people off Trump, it's like, why even bother voting? He's not fulfilling his campaign promises. Then you can expect to see a lot more of this in the future. Regardless, I thank you all for taking the time to watch this video today. If you have any other thoughts regarding the Yang gang thing, why is it being done, how is it being done, that sort of thing, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If I am wrong about any of this, I do wish to know so I can make a correction. And at the end of the day, I hope you all have a good one.